Hello and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. I come to you from New York because this is where all the action is. I'm at the black carpet of M. Night Shyamalan's Servant. In the next half hour, I'll get you interviews with the cast and crew. First, let's start with the black carpet. I spoke to the cast and crew here as well. Take a look. Hi, of course. We mentioned you yesterday because I asked him, do you watch any Indian shows? He said, my wife does.
Right.
So what do you watch?
Yeah, what was that couple, that show, the young couple, the Indian couple TV show?
Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, I think.
Okay. So do you get to enjoy a lot of those?
I do. I don't get to see enough. I love my Bollywood films. It has a special place in my heart.
Right. Yeah. And do you somewhere get to catch them while she's watching?
Yeah, when she watches it, I come in and I watch all those fast zooms and those fast dollies and the close-ups one after the other. I love it.
Any wildest dream of directing one of those ever?
I would need her to tell me what to say, but I've thought about it. I've thought about making a movie in India.
Right. But since I posted a picture with you yesterday, all your fans who watched Harry Potter over the years commented and they loved seeing you in this. So my question is, one, what do you want to tell all those fans who've been following you for years?
Yeah, obviously I'm hugely grateful. It's amazing to have that kind of support network, and it's amazing. I meet people every day that are, it's so nice. I mean, those films mean so much to people. It's really means a lot to have them still kind of following what I'm doing outside of that world, and it's great. Thank you.
Right. And is shooting for an Apple show different from being on a set of a film like Harry Potter?
Yeah, I mean, there's similarities, definitely. There's and that's something what I love about TV is like Potter. It was kind of it's developing a character over a long period of time through, in this case, 10 episodes, and I kind of love that. And with this, it was very unusual for TV because we filmed in sequence.
Right.
We're filming in this one location. We never leave this house, so it's a very different kind of show, and I think that's what makes it exciting.
So that was all the black carpet action from New York. I sat down to chat with Manoj Night Shyamalan. Since he makes thrillers and horrors, I asked him an important question: that will people enjoy this on mobile phones and iPads? He had a very interesting answer. Take a look at my interview with M. Night Shyamalan. Night, good to see you.
See you too.
There's a lot of excitement amongst your film fans every time you're coming up with something. Do you think they will get what they expect?
You know, I actually think they will. Sometimes I'm consciously not doing that, but this time I think they're going to get the things that they're very excited about, the mystery, the thriller aspect of it, and unexpected things as they unfold.
Right. So far they've watched your movies in the cinemas where it's dark, it's a big screen, the volume can be controlled by you guys. Now this will be a different, are you prepared that they'll be watching on the phone, on the iPad? Does that make a difference to you?
It's an interesting question. I've been thinking about whether if you do storytelling at the highest quality, will that cause them to not want to watch it on their phone and then watch it on their iPad, or then watch it on their iPad and then go, no, I'm going to watch it on my computer, and then go, wait, no, I'm going to watch it on my TV. That it will force that movement up to the best version of how they can watch it at home. It'll be interesting to see how they all consume this, because we're definitely using cinema aesthetics here. The storytelling instincts are the same, so I'm thinking of it almost like a group of people watching this together, and what would make them, excited or react. In the movie theater, when something crazy happens, you'll turn to the other, you'll elbow the person next to you, or you'll scream or grab them or that kind of thing. And I think a little bit of that's going to happen with this at home as well. We showed one of the episodes with a bunch of people the first time, the first episode, and there, you know that scene where he goes to the crib for the first time? People screamed when that happened, and so it's very much the same instincts are there. So we'll see. Maybe it'll cause a kind of communal experiences in the home.
Right. So as filmmakers, are you guys getting used to it that this is the future? Now they'll be watching things on the phone. Are you like come to terms with it?
Two separate art forms for me. You know, the film art form is a separate one. That's you get in your car, you get a babysitter, you go in the movie theater. You cannot multitask. Okay. There's no chance. You're not supposed to be on your phone. You're not supposed to talk.
Exactly.
And you have to focus. And it is, with 300 people, 300 people, and you're having a group experience there.
Right.
This is different. This is different. So it's interesting. It's longer form story, and shorter form because it's half hour. So it has strengths of both a little bit.
Right. So coming to Servant, what has happened to this couple? At this point, you can tell us slightly more. We're on the verge of coming out.
Yeah.
What has happened to this couple? Are they in one house? Where have you shot?
Well, Servant's the story of a couple who have lost their child.
Right.
And they're doing a therapy where the mom pretends a doll that looks very realistic.
It does.
That her child is alive. So she treats this doll like it's alive. And this is supposed to help with the mourning. But she takes it to such an extent that she hires a nanny to take care of the doll when she decides to go to work. And then the weird part about the setup of the show is the nanny starts treating the doll like it's alive.
Right.
So that's what I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's a lot. And, casting must have been interesting because Leanne, she's amazing. Like, she's such a lovely girl. But in this entire series, I couldn't make out whether, she's doing something weird. She's just so straight-faced. Was that casting important for you?
Oh yeah, the four characters were critical. That right person comes through the door.
Sure.
As you know, I've used a lot of younger people in my storytelling because I've enjoyed either working with theater trained actors or young people. I find that those two populations are really interesting for me. The young people are more connected to who they are. So if you find that really kind of offbeat human being who's 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, they're still connected to that in a truthful way. They haven't learned all of the kind of ways we lie or betray each other by pretending, how are you? And like all of that stuff hasn't even come into them yet.
Too raw.
Yeah, they're really raw. And so you get the benefit of that on screen where, hey, this is where she's coming from and I can explain it and you see this very unique color that comes out.
Right. I read at some point you were supposed to direct a Harry Potter movie as well. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it was wild having Rupert. Actually, I met Rupert on the set of Harry Potter when I went to visit a couple times when we were considering. One was before he was cast, and then after he was cast, there was talks of me doing one of the other ones. And so I came to the set, I met the kids, and he was a baby at that time, so it was really wild. And I don't think he remembers me at that time now.
Right. My next question is very simple. Is it easy to scare people?
Yeah, I think you just trigger the unknown in people. You just trigger. That's what being scared is, and it's a evolutionary thing in us that keeps us safe. Right. Don't go down that path. We don't know it. It keeps you safe if you feel scared about the unknown.
Right.
Stay with the group kind of thing. Now, obviously, that can be tipped in bad ways, like you see in politics or anything. That fear can be used to keep you together, bind you in a bad way. But all I have to do storytelling-wise is say, hey, you and I are in a house, no one's home, tell me what's going on, and then we hear a creak upstairs. And then, hey, I thought this house was empty. And then there you go, unknown, and everybody's uneasy.
Right. Since you make this genre, you know this so well, what do you enjoy watching? Are you watching any Indian content or anything at all?
My wife watches Indian content, so you can ask her what she's watching. And so occasionally I come in and I see what's happening there, what movies she's watching. Or she watches some Indian shows. There was this young couple, I don't know the name of it, but there was a young couple. It was actually quite good.
Okay.
So, but
what are you watching? Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I wish I could watch more. I don't watch a ton of stuff. I watch old movies or foreign movies a lot. But I want to get in more. Oh, I've been watching Chernobyl.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah, which I love.
Nice.
Love. That I'm in the middle of that right now.
Anything that scared you in any show, any movie?
Well, Chernobyl is terrifterrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Yeah, it's amazing.
You know how it's done.
But it's still that you can evoke that, wow, even though we even know what happened,
Right.
all of that, and everything's okay, your heart's fluttering. It's so
Yeah.
well done.
And that's what happened to me in Servant. Thank you so much for entertaining us.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
I interviewed the cast of Servant as well. Lauren Ambrose and Toby Kebbell. They played the Turners in Servant. Take a look at what they had to say. Hi guys, good to see you guys in person.
Nice, thank you.
You guys scared the hell out of me. So you're a chef, and at this point, I saw some interviews earlier when y'all had done during the Comic Con. Y'all were not talking much about it. Now is the time to, I think, give out a bit more, right?
Yes, I agree. About the chefing specifically?
Yeah, about your role. Yeah.
So my role, yes, I'm a chef who's had a lot of success. He owned a few restaurants, and he's sold all of those to start family and try and do a new venture into the culinary world, which is taking old recipes and revamping them, making them new and interesting so that it hasn't died off. But that kind of has a metaphor for Sean's feelings. It's very much what he's putting into the food is what he's actually feeling, but what he's showing he's feeling is something else.
Right. And you are a television reporter like us, right? But you are more of a news journalist. What was that like? Did you enjoy that?
I did. I got to, so much of the show is just in one location, in the one house, in our one soundstage where we shot it. But I got to leave and go do some reporting, and they were always very strange and funny and creative, and it was a field for everyone's creativity. Every department got to sort of do something strange in that, and I got to do some research. I went to the local Philadelphia news station.
Nice.
Got some good mentors and examples, and
lovely. When you all heard that Knight will be directing it, is that a big attraction?
Huge attraction. Yeah. I mean, different for the pair of us because Lauren was already cast when I came in, so there was so many great things. The script was so good. It was a new platform that was very exciting, interesting. Knight into a new venture, doing television, and then a wonderful leading actress. So it was just all of those things where I was like, this is too exciting. I had to really wrestle with how many times I actually had to audition for it. I had to
4 times.
4 times, yeah.
Right.
4 times. What the hell
are they doing?
But I know. I'm like, what do you want to see?
What more can I do?
But honestly, the last
believe you stuck with it.
the last time I auditioned, there was no one around. I was playing a journalist called James Foley, playing a journalist myself, who was decapitated in a terrible way by ISIS, first one. And I'm out in the middle of nowhere by myself, and there's no one to ask. Everyone else is a Jordanian actor, and I was like, I've got to do this audition by myself. So I had to record her lines like on my phone, play them, and then say my lines and film them on the iPad. So that was the last audition.
And you booked it.
I got it.
You got it. Congratulations for that. Why is this couple? Before the last question is, why is this couple in crisis? What has happened?
Well, they've suffered this tremendous loss, and they're dealing with it in very different ways.
Okay. Yeah, you want to add something to that?
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah, we've lost our firstborn child.
Okay. Yeah.
And we deal with it on our own manner. But I think,
Or not deal with it.
not deal with it, and we're at risk of losing the marriage too, which is a great strain.
Right, you guys have done a fantastic job, guys.
Thank you.
It's really entertaining,
thank
and good
you.
luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I also interviewed Nell Tiger, who plays Leanne in Servant, and Rupert Grint, who we all know from the Harry Potter series. Listen to what they had to say about the series and their roles. Hi guys, good to see you guys in person.
Thank you.
I really liked the show, spooked me out completely.
Brilliant.
And I was also watching some interviews that you all did earlier where you all were not saying much. I hope now is the time where you all can. Right, what was the biggest attraction when you heard about it?
The scripts, first
Right.
and foremost, were fantastic. They pulled me in straight away.
Right.
M. Night Shyamalan was
Yeah.
a big pull for me to
Right.
be on this amazing platform, Apple
Right.
TV Plus, to be a part of its baby phases, and the fact that it was really primarily a four-hander in this
Sure.
one space, and it was just a really exciting project.
Right. You and Knight were supposed to work at some point earlier, right?
We were, yeah. No, I recently discovered this. But yeah, he was going to do a Potter film.
Right.
And yeah, no, he's a genius, and I've always been a huge fan of his.
Right.
And as Nell says, it was a huge attraction.
Right.
To be part of this.
Right. You're so lovely. I mean, we follow you on Instagram and everywhere. and in this series, you have one expression throughout.
Oh God,
we can't make out what's on your mind. Whether is she a nice person? Is she not a nice person? She's so disciplined, and in so many ways, there's a big question mark which we don't understand.
Yeah.
What was it like for you?
I mean, it's definitely a challenge to try and play such a contained character.
Right.
But it was great. It's actually, there's so much power in stillness.
Absolutely,
I think.
yeah.
And I think playing Leanne helped me sort of harness that and learn that, and figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved playing Leanne. I hope that people like her.
She is amazing.
Oh,
and your character not really fond of her. What's the deal there?
Yeah, Julian doesn't really understand.
Right. Right.
He works in the financial district, and he's quite a brash kind of money will solve everything kind of attitude, and all of these kind of manipulation tools that he's developed just do not work with Leanne. He can't really work her out.
Right.
And he just knows that she's this kind of negative force, and she's up to something.
Right.
And they do clash a few times.
Is that right? She's always up to something.
I don't know, maybe. She's always trying to figure everything out,
Right.
I think. And it maybe looks like she's being sneaky, but she's just trying to help.
Right, she's just trying to help. It's so simple. What is it, is a set, or is there ever a scene or while shooting that you're like, okay, this looks really scary and people may get scared?
I haven't seen it,
Right.
so I don't know.
But no, on the set while shooting.
shooting?
Yeah, while you're shooting, do you think you figure what's scary, what's not?
Yeah, I think they're definitely.
Yeah?
I don't know how much I can say because I
Sure.
don't want to spoil anything, but there's definitely some moments while we were shooting it where I was like, oh, okay, this is really creepy.
Yeah.
There's a particular character actually
Right.
that's quite creepy about me.
And when you make something, like you must have seen all your Harry Potter movies, does a set give you an understanding of what it will look like?
You could never really know.
Right.
You just kind of, you are that character, and you
Right.
just have to kind of play what you know. And it's I mean, it is a horror. I suppose it is. It's unsettling, but I'd never say it's kind of the kind of horror that
Right.
kind of
No.
makes you kind of jump out your seat. It's
Right.
very much this kind of disturbing, unsettling kind of
Right.
foreboding feeling.
Great. It's fantastic. There was one episode which I couldn't watch alone, so I had to watch it the next time. Thank you, guys. You guys were absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you so
very
much.
Tony Basgallop is the writer, executive producer, and the creator of Servant. I spoke to him about Servant and working with Manoj Night Shyamalan. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. Watched all your 10 episodes and enjoyed them thoroughly. Could you tell us how did Servant fall into place? At what point, did you guys come up with the idea? What point did Night come in?
It was, I'd been working on it for quite a while since having children. I'd kind of been developing the story and,
Right.
finding ways to try it, write it one way, that didn't work, tear it up, try it again. And then I got to the point, when I had a couple of scripts written that I felt comfortable and confident in, and they found their way to Night, who,
Right.
we hadn't known each other before then, and
Okay.
we met for the first time and started talking about the episodes and
Right.
about what the show can be and where we can take it. So, yeah, it was a natural collaboration. We the stars aligned and we fell into the same orbit, or
Right.
however many cliches.
Amazing, and it shows that they aligned really well. When you met Night, and after you watch it, do you think he was the best man for the job?
Oh, absolutely. I think we got the same sensibility to storytelling, in that we don't want to do what's comfortable. We don't
Right.
want to make it easy for the viewer. We
Right.
want to, we want to challenge you. We want to surprise you at times, but we want to follow the emotional journey of each character.
Right. When horror and thriller, these things release in the theater, you're in a dark place with a lot of people. It's easy to scare people with a lot of volume. This will mainly be watched on iPads and phones. Do you personally firstly enjoy that, watching something on the mobile or something?
Yeah, I think, with Apple, I think you can watch it on anything. I think
Right.
it's very easy to watch it on television as well. And
Right.
I'd always encourage people to get the biggest
Right.
view of it. But, I understand how people watch
Right.
content nowadays. And people absorb it in any way they can. I think you can scare someone on a bus at 2 o'clock in the afternoon,
Right.
as easy as you can in a cinema or theatre. it's very much doable. If someone is engrossed in the story,
Right.
doesn't matter how big the screen.
Amazing.
They're going to be scared.
Right. And what about the casting? Were these, the cast looks great. Were they always on your mind? Did you guys audition them?
No, I mean, when we auditioned, no, there was never anyone in my head saying, "Oh, we've got to get that person or that person."
No,
It was
okay.
completely blank. I didn't know what they looked like, or,
Right.
you know, and so we just, you know, we spread the net wide and we started looking at people, and gradually they fell into place. You know, I think we found Lauren first, who had such an incredible inner energy.
Yeah.
Though you understand that once you cast one person, you have to find the balance around there. And so
Right.
with Nell, there was such an innocence and a youth to her. With Toby, it was an incredible kind of an inner strength and there was something quiet and yet tough about Toby. And Rupert was he made us laugh from the moment he opened his mouth. So, you know, casting is always a very difficult thing to do. It's
True,
not just
yeah.
finding the best actors, it's finding the best that can play off each other as well.
Combination, right.
Which we got lucky.
Great. And it shows good luck for the show. It's really good. So best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's all we have on the show, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to NDTV 24/7 for lots more.